Hello, hello, and welcome, my Libra collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and cross-watchers. Welcome to our timeless, true love timeline reading. I am your reader, Angelo, Lyons, Mal for short. Not bad, it's just spelled that way. I am a professional witch, a professional intuitive, president of Drawing the Circle Productions since 1998. Can you believe it? I am the author of 2 books. The first one is called Spell Ingredients from a Professional Witch. The second one is called Words of Grace from a Professional Witch. There's a Kindle version of Words of Grace available, and you can click the link in the description box and preview the first chunk of it for free, including the table of contents, and you'll see that it is pretty much divided up into chakra chapters, different graces for different chakras. It's lovely, it's clean, it's pristine, it's very Kindle, but the original PDF, the visual Fellini Film Fest of a PDF, is available on Patreon, both in our digital online shop they just gave us about a month ago. Got all sorts of cool stuff on there. Some of my subscribers get Spell Ingredients and Words of Grace as part of their benefit package, but all of my subscribers, regardless of level of subscription, get 3 benefits in common. They get a daily check-in when I send them an unlisted YouTube live stream link pretty much every single morning, where they chat with me and we talk about the day's astrological weather, the magical applications, the spiritual implications of said astrological weather, always ending with a prayer, a blessing, a meditation, a little something to send us on our way. Best way for me to start the day, considering what I do for a living, and it's been a busy day so far. They also get all the extended readings, all the part 2s to the part 1s here on YouTube. All of my extended readings are timeless, and they are all relationship stuff based, including the Path of True Love readings, which this is a companion reading, a simpler version to help support that, as well as all of my subscribers get an extensive discount on private sessions with me, spiritual counseling and readings. We'll talk about that at the end of the video if you want to hang out for more info on that. But we've got so much cool stuff going on. We got the digital store. We're now on Spotify via Patreon, which is just the coolest thing in the world at the moment. And we also have 2 7-day free trials, one for Seeker, our first level of subscription, and Human, our second one. So you can check us out for 7 days for free, but everyone who has 7-day free trial ended up staying as a subscriber at the time of this timeless recording, and I just love it so much. Seriously, if you are a creative type yourself, Cardinal Air, Creative Air, Libra, I am Venus conjunct Mercury in Libra, 3rd house, can you tell? Then I highly recommend it to become a creator. It's been such a game changer for me, and I absolutely love it. So click the link, check it out, look at the menu, and come play with us. Come Patreon on Patreon, because I am the Archangel of Lyons, Angelo Lyons. You can just call me Mal, because I will never take myself that seriously, even though I'm an aspect of Archangel Ariel. But let's get down to business, shall we? If you are new to the channel, we'll do a little explanation here, and then we'll get into the divination. If you've heard it all before, feel free to jump ahead. But you may ask, what is a true love timeline? The true love timeline is your hero's journey, your healing journey, your spiritual path, your path of awakening, whatever you want to call it, through the many different relationships in our lives, right? We are the common denominator in all of our relationships, so as we heal, we shift to a more loving, truthful, true love timeline, making the wisest, most loving, most empowering decisions that we can bit by bit on a hero's journey, if you want to see it that way. It's very Joseph Campbell. And we're going to be doing this with 7 cards in total, much shorter than the Path of True Love reads. We're going to take 3 Daughters of the Moon Tarot to look at the heart, throat, and third eye crown chakras, the internal, the feminine energy, hence the Daughters of the Moon. Then we're going to take 3 mythic tarot for the masculine energy, the lower 3 chakras, looking at ourselves from the outside, as well as possibly looking at our relationships in the physical world, the masculine dynamic, if you will, the yang dynamic, in a simple timeline, past, present, and future. And we will end with a Matt Kahn healing mantra to help us heal, to help us make those wise, loving, empowered choices and decisions as we go, being heroes on the hero's journey rather than villains. But remember, it ain't much of a hero's journey without demons, dragons, vampires, villains, and conflicts and challenges on the path. That's how we grow, unfortunately. I wish it was different, but it ain't. So let's get up in this gig. Simple timeline, past, present, future. It's a general read. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Check your other signs, and cross-watchers, you're welcome to my channel. But you have the opportunity to get some insight, understanding, sympathy, and empathy for the Libra you are cross-watching for, and maybe you work this mantra for yourself, which will be holographically helping the Libra you are cross-watching, again, travel and traverse and navigate their way on the True Love timeline, as well as all the Libra collectives, including myself. So thank you in advance. I think that's enough explanation. The shift from explanation to divination happens in the still point. It's one of my favorite things to do. So let's go there, both feet on the floor if you can. Focus on your breath if you will. I will do my best to help anybody make happier, healthier, wealthier, wiser, more loving, more empowered choices and decisions, shifting us all into a more truthful and loving timeline on the path of true love. Cool? All right, so let's do it. Explanation to divination. Let's go to the still point. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. Goddesses override. As I call upon my goddesses of air, the sign of Libra, powers of the East, please, beloved goddesses of cardinal, creative air, 3 cards, face down, simple timeline, past, present, future, for us Libra collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and cross-watchers watching this video, drawn to this reading. Where have we been? Heart, third eye, crown, on the path of true love. Where are we now? Point of power is always in the present moment. Where are we in the true love timeline? Internal yin, internal feminine energy, heart, third eye, crown. And where are we headed if we just do our best to make the wisest, most loving, most powerful decisions in this true love timeline? We're going to get the Mythic Tarot on the table too, and then we'll flip both inner and outer, past, present, then future. Please take one more nice deep breath. Well, you're going to breathe anyway, right? Still point. God's override. As I call upon my gods of air, the sign of Libra, powers of the East, please, beloved gods of cardinal, creative air, 3 cards, face down, simple timeline, past, present, future, for us Libra collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and cross-watchers who are watching this video. And drawn to this reading. Where have we been? Lower 3 chakras, outside in, inside out, looking at ourselves and other people perhaps. Where are we now in the true love timeline? And where are we headed again if we just do our best to make the wisest, most loving, empowering decisions on the path of true love, right? So it's third eye truth, heart chakra love, throat chakra choices and decisions. Let's see. Where have we been? Where you been? Well, we've got the 4 of flames, the 4 of wands on the inner in the past. And I know, kind of engagement, you know, right or wait. But not in the daughters of the moon. This is conflict. 1 foot on the gas, 1 foot on the brake. Very throat chakra element of fire. Spit, swallow, or chew. See, some drink at the fountain of knowledge, others just gargle. I swallow. With 3 of pentacles on the outer here, a solid foundation has been created, possibly a relationship foundation in the past that got somewhere, but it had some conflict inside of us. Again, that could be the cross-watcher as well. I want to, but, right? Like gas brake, if you've ever, well, now with new transmissions, right? That doesn't happen, but in the olden days. But right after carts and horses, we had to deal with that. So, but there is potential here, and why not, chew on it, right? Throat chakra, spit, swallow, or chew. Well, this feels like we've been chewing on something there, perhaps in a new opportunity, but a solid foundation. I like Three of Pentacles. It can be built upon. Because where we are right now, 2 major arcana cards, when it's a major arcana card and a chakra reading this way, usually it means all of the chakras in that zone acting as one in alignment. So we've got the Emperor, Pan, here, a combination of the Emperor and the Hierophant, actually, in Daughters of the Moon Tarot. It's a feminist deck. It's not going to, like, overuse patriarchal imagery there. But it is dealing with the Hanged Man. Prometheus bound stole fire from the gods to give to humanity so that humanity would no longer be as dependent on the gods. They didn't like that at all. So they hung him upside down from a rock in Tartarus, where a bird, it depends, I've heard different kinds of birds there, pecks out his liver every day, and it grows back because he's an immortal. Technically, Prometheus is a Titan. So imagine your younger relatives chaining you to a rock upside down for stealing fire. Now, the Hanged Man, I really go right back to Odin, right? To me, that is sort of the original Hanged Man image, right? Hung himself upside down on the world tree Yggdrasil, plucked out an eye, gave it to the Norns for the runes and other cash and prizes. So yeah, there might be a need to see things differently in the physical world. Now, I am a Virgo. I just did the Virgo read before this one, and we had that on the inner in the future, right? So that's interesting. The thing about the Hanged Man, lower 3 chakras, is that there is a sacrifice needed here, but it is often a point of view. So going back to the Emperor, the Hierophant, here it is the divine masculine card on the inside. So it's all of the kings in the court cards, right? Fire, earth, air, water. This would be the spirit king, as well as the Hierophant, which grows in stages, right? It can be formalizing something like, you know, a curriculum, right, to get your license in something. But certainly we're a lot of power here in the present moment to eventually take action, but might not know how to do that, might be suspended in time with you. Don't let this moment die. There are just Xanadu us. Thank you, Olivia Newton-John. Blessed be, sister, wherever you may be in the higher realms. So incredibly powerful. The point of power is always in the present moment anyway. Thank you, Louise. Hey, you can heal your life. But, you know, is it worth it? Well, Prometheus thought so, right? Oh, read Circe by Madeline Miller. Great novelization of the myth. Really, really good. Yeah, of course. He didn't like what the Olympians were doing. I mean, he paid the price for it. And there is a price to pay for knowledge, for wisdom, for truth. Now, I learned this from Caroline Mace, MYSS PhD, author of Sacred Contracts and Anatomy of the Spirit. She's really been a magnificent teacher for me. Liars don't heal. And I add to that, healers don't lie. You need truth, right? So there may be something lighting up inside of us in the present, at the time of this timeless recording, that we need to see things differently. And what does it take to ever admit we're wrong? Doesn't it feel like a sacrifice, or at least a surrender to something? Again, that could be a situation. Major Arcana cards can represent us, could be representing somebody we're dealing with in the outside, but can also be a stage, a place that we are in our lives where we may not know what to do, so we're sort of hanging out, waiting on the will of the divine. Where are we headed? This should be good. I'm going to say this is good. We've got the Chariot, the Amazon on the inner with the Ten of Cups, my true love card in the Mythic Tarot, the final ascension and union of Eros and Psyche. There, I'm sure there is a link in the description box, I'm pretty sure, to a YouTube video, not of my creation, but sort of a comic book panel by panel telling of the story of Eros and Psyche. Eros, the son of Aphrodite and Ares, and one of my gods of Libra. So look, I mean, you want to talk about like alignment and moving forward, the Amazon balancing the forces of inspiration and motivation, the light horse inspiration. Ooh, I really want that. The motivation, oh, here's what I got to do, right? The carrot and the stick. So that's a very strong alignment. Now, the Cancerian card, she's even, this is my Wonder Woman card, big time. She's carrying a crescent moon shaped shield while steering the chariot. They're a big old double-headed axe, right? Such the Amazon, so into it. And of course, you know, this is the Ten of Cups. This is not just happiness, this is bliss, this is ecstasy, and of course to move forward in that on the inner, but as a result of maybe us having to see things differently. Like I said, I am Mercury conjunct Venus in third house. It's very creative, it's very expressive, right? It's the house of Gemini, third house. But that doesn't mean that I'm always seeing things so clearly. There's always a higher truth. I learned that from a Hindu avatar back in the 90s. There's always a higher truth. She was right? So there's always this process of erosion and renewal going on, right? What we thought was true might not be true. Perception is not always reality. I've been saying this for decades. The sun doesn't rise in the east and set in the west if the planet turns on an axis. Spoiler alert. Ours does, right? But we all say that, oh, the sun rises in the east. No. The sun stays where it is. We turn to everything a season, right? So, to get us to this place, whatever the sacrifice is, I would say, do it! Do it! Because chances are, even if it's a place where we don't know what to do, not the moon card, not the cloudy, but that sense of, I have no idea, surrender, Dorothy, right? To get us to a Ten of Cups situation. Like I said, it's my true love card. Does that mean it's romantic? Nothing here is screaming that. Because I have a true love relationship with my mom, right? We've been through so much together. And true love conquers all. True love heals all wounds, and true love breaks all curses, ancestral, past life, and otherwise. So, I really like this. So whatever conflict in this initial solid foundation that we have here in the past with that Three of Pentacles absolutely is part of the timeline to help us get to that Ten of Cups where our cups overflow. Sounds lovely. Last card down, Matt Kahn Healing Mantra. We're going to ask the Ascended Masters of True Love, and there are so many of them, because true love is not just a romantic thing. It can happen. I have true love with my kitty cats, my beloved felines napping in the sun over there. So let's ask them, what's the perfect healing mantra? Please take a nice deep breath. And I'm doing this during Mercury retrograde in Virgo. Great fun. Breathe. Still point. Ascended Masters override. As I call upon the Ascended Masters of True Love on behalf of us Libra Collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and cross-watchers watching this video, drawn to this reading, please, beloved ones, what is your guidance, your grace, your loving, wise, powerful message in the form of a Matt Kahn healing mantra to help us navigate the true love timeline, making the wisest, most loving, most empowered decisions that we can. Inviting ecstasy, it's my favorite one. I am worthy of all the pleasure my heart desires, Lord and Lady Cumberbatch. Oh, I am so happy that this reading is for us. Let me read it to you. This is a very, very, very powerful mantra if you work it, and it's inviting it. And honestly, this is an ecstasy card if you want to look at it that way. Killer read. So into it. Inviting ecstasy. I am worthy of all the pleasure my heart desires. When ecstasy is invited, you feel aligned and ready to receive all the miraculous and joyful gifts of experience the universe is ready to provide you. And it feels like we are going to go for it, to be honest. Ecstasy acts as a cosmic green light that grants your destiny permission to enter. Now, fate is led, right? It's what we can't change. But destiny is what comes on the hero's journey if we do our best and take the hero's journey, right? That's the alchemy from lead to gold. Where do we go? In many instances, pain can be healed and released once a healthy relationship with pleasure is established. And how much you want to bet that's where we've been, right? This mantra is ideal for increasing self-worth, elevating levels of excitement, seriously, and allowing bigger dreams. So yeah, maybe we had something that looked like it was going somewhere and it did not go well, and we are still in the process of healing and letting that go. But by inviting in ecstasy, we get the drive, we get the inspiration and the motivation, and our cups overflow. I don't know. It sounds like a gig worth gigging, if you ask me. So let's put this together in a blessimation, a combination of a blessing and a summation, and then we'll talk about cool stuff after if you want to hang out for it. One more time, please take a nice deep breath. I'm in a really good mood today. I'm a little suspicious. Still point. Pantheonic override. As I call upon the collective pantheons of the divine, for us Libra collective, sun, moon, rising, Venus signs, and cross watchers, watching this video and drawn to this reading, myself included, may we be blessed with all that we need to make the wisest, most loving, empowering decisions in the true love timeline, because we've been dealing with conflict on the inner. But we have this solid foundation, the Three of Pentacles, that we can build upon, and maybe that is a situation that we got what we needed but not what we wanted, because the point of power is always in the present moment, particularly with the Emperor, Pan, the Hierophant, definitely a healing, powerful, cardinal, creative card there, as we sacrifice something, usually a point of view, an opinion, something that we think is truth but is not. Like, conditional love can't be true love, right? It's got to be unconditional love, but that doesn't mean we put up with toxic behavior. That will lead us to bring together our heart, their third eye, crown chakras as the Amazon, the chariot, to speed this up and move this forward on the hero's journey, that our cups overflow with the Ten of Cups, the raising of Psyche, Greek word for butterfly, as well as the soul, from mortal princess to goddess of Olympus, by inviting ecstasy, because we are worthy of all the pleasure our hearts desire. So may we be blessed with all that we need to heal, to grow, to learn, to evolve, to make the wisest, most loving, empowering choices and decisions we can make, so that true love conquers all, true love heals all, true love breaks all curses, ancestral, past life, and otherwise, for our well-being, for the well-being of our loved ones, honestly, for the well-being of all of life, and with harm to none, as we will it, so let it be done. So let it be. So it is. Blessed be, Pee Wee Herman. I love you. It's probably in my Shecky collective as we speak. Yeah, my group of spirit guides that keep me funny. Love them dearly. Did you like this reading? Then please hit the thumbs up and help other Libras and crosswatchers find it, because that's how algorithms work, apparently. I don't know. Please don't make me do math. Because over on Patreon, we don't have algorithms. It is the algorithmic land, right? So I love it so much. And Patreon is really the best thing I could have ever done as a mystical artist, a spiritual teacher, and all of this stuff that I do every day puts it all in one place where I can serve as a Virgo, but with that lovely Venus and Libra that I have. And honestly, The daily check-ins are one of my favorite things on planet Earth. So all of my subscribers get the daily check-in, the extended readings, and there are tons of them. All of my extended readings are timeless. They're all relationship, soul contract based, and most of them are over an hour. So if you like detail, I'm your witch for that gig. And certainly all of my subscribers, I am glad that they get the extensive discount on private sessions with me, spiritual counseling and readings. I just read one of my patrons today over the phone, and it was delightful, very powerful too. So yeah, click the link, check it out. You can shop in our store. You can follow along without being a subscriber. And remember, we got Seeker and Human, our first 2 levels of subscription, available as 7-day free trials. But everyone who did it for 7 days has stayed at the time of this timeless recording. So I love it. Click the link, check it out. Come Patreon on Patreon with the Archangel Lyons, Mark Angelo Lyons. But you can just call me Mal because it's easier. It's only 3 letters. You don't have to keep saying all of that. And if you want to book me for one of them, they're private sessions with or without Patreonic intervention. There is a link in the description box. Booking private sessions with Mal will explain everything for you, right? If we're traveling, if we're Zoom recording, all of that. It's about 11 minutes. It's a fun video. My mom likes it. I like it. It makes me laugh because I'm good at that. I am the fun one, apparently. Yeah, book me if you like. Oh, and I say over and over in the video, you'll hear me say it, I've never turned anybody away because of lack of money, ever. I won't do it. That's part of my honor code. I will not. Where there's a witch, there's a way. I'm a witch. We'll find a way. We can work it out, my darlings, always. So thank you for watching. And seriously, this is maybe the first one of this series that has not screamed, but suggested that this could be a romantic read. You comment, you let me know how things go. And thank you so much for watching. Seriously, the more truth and love we choose as we go, the happier, healthier, wealthier, wiser we become, and therefore we bring everybody we love with us into that true love timeline, shifting to more truthful, loving versions of them. And some people won't come along with that, and that's okay, and that's why we're gonna let people go. But in the infinite quantum, timey-wimey, wibbly-wobbly thing of it all, at least we can make some choices as we go. So thank you so much for watching. Wishing you all the very, very best and the very, very blessed of the path of true love. After all, Libras are the lovers of the zodiac. So have at it. Take the journey. Heal. Hail. Farewell. And blessed, blessed be.